Oh, landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess. And whoa, I didn't expect to see you here. But we did a live stream last night, and you guys picked out the knife that I'm carrying this week, and you guys picked out the RoseCraft Blades Pocket Monster. So let's take a look at what we're holding. You know I spoil you guys, and we got to do it. First things first, and most importantly, the pocket clip is tip up, which is the Lord's carry. We have got green G10 on here. We have got a front flipper and thumb studs, but we're going to flick the flipper. We have got 2.75 inches of RPM 9 steel and anodized pivot collar and thumb stud. So with Pocket Monster in this color scheme, I think you know which movie they're referencing. This is the Sully. Or no, this is the Mike, not the Sully. The Sully is blue with magenta accents on it. So I think you know where they're going with this. But this one is the Mike. So I was at Blade Show and I was shopping around and I dropped by the RoseCraft booth because, you know, especially Tim's School of Fish. Shout out to him. He's done a lot of RoseCraft videos, and when I saw they had moderns, it's like, all right, now I'm on board. And so I checked this out. I checked the Castoria out. I've got a couple more RoseCrafts to check out, but this thing grabbed my attention. Just the shape, it looks like it's such good utility on this thing. I had to get one. And you can still get these on RoseCraft's website. They are $30 a pop. But they did say they're moving them out to make room for new models and more inventory, so I don't know how long they'll be on there or if they decided to just keep them. But you know, this, and Andy Armstrong, he gave one to me to give away. He gave one to me for the 2K subscriber giveaway, so thanks to him for that. And he told me to just beat on this thing when we did Cardboard Slayer with it, so we are going to beat on it. Scab over at Choir Boys Outdoors. My God, words are hard. They gave him a Tarkana with the RPM 9 steel, if I'm not mistaken, and he goes nuts on those things. I mean, goes nuts. And he got like 42 days without sharpening it, I believe. Like, you can see his videos on those when you go to Choir Boys Outdoors and check out his channel, but that RPM 9 apparently is pretty insane. I know we have done AR RPM 9 on the CJRB, the Kajerb Tigris, and that stuff held up really well to Cardboard Slayer. And someone in the comments said that Artisan Knives is the OEM for this. If it is, that's where the RPM 9 came from. It makes sense because I don't think anyone else is making RPM 9 steel or calling it RPM 9. You know, Kajerb AR RPM 9 and then RPM 9 here. So yeah, I have been looking forward to carrying this because this thing looks like just straight, raw utility. Very, very good utility. And let's take a look at our factory edge real quick. Let's get some paper out and do the cut on that. So this is definitely a good, serviceable factory edge. I like those cuts. Let's get the sharpness tester out because we got the new toy. Oh, man. You guys, I am so grateful you guys got me here with this thing. I'm so grateful we have it on the channel now. Like, I'm going to keep telling you I'm grateful for this for a long time. God, this is so cool to have. So cool. And, yeah. So, I'm hoping we get a pretty good number on this. We're going to find out real quick. Test clip in. And we're arming it. So, we're at 0 right now. Gonna have to tear this back out. Tear. 128 on that. So that's a really good number. That is a very, very good number. That is in, let's see what it says here. In between double edge razor and utility razor. So, and it's on the double edge razor side. So the edge on this is really good. I am happy to see that. You know, I got my Castoria, that edge, they just let a bad one out of the factory, so I ended up, you know, having to resharpen that one pretty quickly. The Castoria I bought for the giveaway, however, has a good factory edge. I did check on the paper with that, so that one's good to go. But, you know, I love this design, and I'm not a big fan of front flippers, because most of the ones I've gotten have been too big for them to work comfortably for me, so I haven't really enjoyed a front flipper that much, but this one is the right size for a front flipper. I got to practice with it a little bit, but you know, it front flips, and it's got a thumb stud, which, it's a good thumb flick off of that. You know, so I have no complaints about that part. The grip on this, like with the choil, if you grab it by the choil, I got blade here, I got dingus end here, it's good to go. Holding it like this, it feels pretty comfortable. And, you know, it's small enough that this should be a really, really easy carry in the pocket. This should be a very easygoing week with this thing. You know, the only thing that I can point out right now is the surface of this G10 is very, very grippy. It's very high traction. This may or may not present difficulty putting it into the pocket or waistband and pulling it back out. It might. That's probably going to wind up being the only real complaint I have about this thing. And even that's like probably going to be a minor complaint. I don't think this is going to be nearly as bad as the 4MAX Scout. I certainly don't want to take the pocket clip off and sand a smooth spot under here, but I may end up doing that after the review's done. I'm not sure. That's the only real major complaint I can find about that. And this is a Swags design, and one of the cool things of RoseCraft, you go on the website, you take a look at these things, and they tell you who designed it. You know, they've got a small crew of designers, so, you know, you can see who designed this thing, which I think is pretty cool. So, you know, it's going to be a good week. This is going to be a good week. I'm calling it now. I love the colors on this thing. I like how everything is put together on this. The build quality's there. I like the deployment mechanisms. The pocket clip looks pretty damn skookum. The retention on this is as strong as you would expect out of a quality knife. And this is a lot of bang for your buck for 30. It is. And, of course, we're going to be able to articulate how much bang for your buck after we do the week of carry, and I cut some stuff up with it. And, of course, I am looking forward to Cardboard Slayer on that. This is probably going to be our next Cardboard Slayer session just to get it done. But I like this thing. I'm looking forward to a good week with it. So I can't think of much else to say about this thing right now. So all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. Y'all have done so much for this channel. And comments, I love some feedback. Let me know what you think about this thing. If you got one yourself, share your experience. But all that being said, y'all have a nice day.